school, I saw a pair of high heels by the door. Thinking that my mom had returned home after 11 years of leaving, I eagerly ran inside. Mom? Mom? I pushed open the bedroom door and saw my dad hugging a woman. I quickly ran to hug her from behind. Mom, I miss you so much. Suddenly the wig fell and I found that the person hugging my dad was a man. Ugh. Hi, I'm Amanda, 15 years old. Before I tell my story, please like and subscribe. Thanks. I lived with my single dad in California because my parents divorced when I was 4. The day she stepped out the door, no matter how much I begged, Mom still left us behind. I never knew her reason until just recently. That night, Dad told me the shocking truth. He's bisexual. He discovered this a long time ago but couldn't come out to me. But that wasn't all. He told me one more important news.
Flynn and I have decided to get married. From now on, he'll stay here with us.
For a daughter who had been hoping that one day Mom and Dad would reunite, even in my wildest dreams, I could never expect my dad to bring back a man and say he would marry him. Could it be Flynn was the reason my mom decided to leave? Not only that, he was a drag queen. He often wore heavy makeup to perform at the bars. He stood out so much that I thought it was freaky and hated him. Once, during the sports festival, the school required each student to bring a parent to participate with them. I impatiently waited for Dad to show up, but to my horror, Flynn came instead. That meant I would have to do the relay race with him. I was about to hide, but Flynn already saw me.
Amanda, your dad is busy today, so I'm here instead.
At the same time, my PE teacher told the contestants to get in the positions. Liam, my crush, was also in the audience, so I had no choice but to show my best. When the whistle blew, I started running with all my might and got ahead of everyone. But when it was Flynn's turn to run, he quickly lost his stamina. While the other dads had already run past him, he staggered dizzily and accidentally headed towards my way. We crashed into each other and both fell on our butts. Everyone laughed loudly and so did Liam. It made me extremely embarrassed. You're such a weak fag, I hate you. I heavily criticized Flynn, then ran away from the track. Needless to say, my dad got super mad after he knew about that. He made me apologize to Flynn, but I refused to do so.
You're grounded. Think about the horrible things you've said.
But what about me? I was hurt too. To rebel against them, I threw away the food Flynn cooked and even ruined his makeup to make him unable to work at the drag queen bar. Because of this, the relationship between all of us became even more strained. I wish Mom was here to share my feelings. One day I was reading a book in my room when suddenly I heard a crash coming from downstairs. I quickly ran down and found my dad arguing with a familiar woman. It was my mom. Come on, I just want to stay for a while to see our child.
Are you crazy? Get out of my house now.
Mommy, don't go. I begged my dad to let her stay, but he kept pushing my mom out the door. Seeing that, Flynn decided to give me a hand.
Dear, let her stay. Maybe she really wants to make it up for Amanda.
Please, Dad. At my pleas and Flynn's support, my dad finally gave in. Yay! You don't know how happy I was because after 11 years apart, my mom was finally by my side again. I was also thankful to Flynn for helping me, so I stopped fighting against him. In the following days, my mom and I reminisced about our time together. I recalled how Mom used to send me lunch boxes when I was in elementary school and how I loved the scrambled eggs she made. Hearing that, she happily decided to go into the kitchen to make them again for me. How is it, honey? Somehow they were so different from the eggs she made back then. Could it be that my taste has changed? But still, I was grateful that she made it for me and we became even closer after that. As my birthday was coming up, I decided to use all of my savings to organize a grand birthday celebration. My mom even gifted me a sparkly dress. You're gonna look so pretty in this gown, honey. I loved it so much and hugged her tightly. Suddenly, I saw Flynn standing outside the door, but then he left hastily. Did he just spy on us? Anyway, during my birthday, I proudly wore that beautiful dress to welcome my friends. In the corner of my eyes, I noticed Mom and Flynn chatting in the garden. She said something that made him very happy. It surprised me because I thought they disliked each other. As the most important part of the party arrived, I invited Liam to dance with me and used that chance to confess my feelings. Liam, I like you. Liam looked a bit surprised, then blushed slightly.
Me too.
Suddenly on stage, Flynn appeared in a drag queen costume and started singing. What was worse, the dress he was wearing was exactly the same as mine. Everyone's eyes were on us and they started whispering. Did he intentionally do that to take my spotlight and humiliate me? Liam got embarrassed and quickly let go of my hand. Furious, I went straight to the stage, grabbed a glass of juice, threw it at his face, and ripped off the dress he was wearing. I never want to see you again, you lunatic. Then I ran away from my own birthday party in tears of shame. The party had to be canceled early because of that incident. That night, my mom snuck into my room and comforted me. I'm very sorry about what happened, honey. Actually, there is something I want to tell you. Flynn and your dad kicked me out of the house to keep me from you. I'm here to take you back. It was perfect timing because I had grown sick of this house too. Dad no longer loved me and Flynn was a backstabber. I decided to pack my things and leave the house with my mom. When we went to her apartment right in the middle of the night, unexpectedly, it was a very shabby place. Mom made me a sandwich and told me to wait for her. But strangely, the sandwich had tomatoes, which I've always been allergic to. Mom used to make lunch for me. Why could she make such a fatal mistake now? I ran to find her, but suddenly I saw her talking to a strange man in the living room.
You got Amanda?
Yep, she's here. She'll definitely choose to stay with me, and my stupid ex-husband will have to provide for all of us. What? So my mom took me away just to get support money from my dad? I ran back to my room and immediately called my dad to pick me up. After hearing what I said, he didn't seem too shocked.
That woman never changes. She's tricked all of us. She fooled Flynn into thinking that you loved the dress he gifted you so much that you wanted him to wear it too.
Turns out that sparkly birthday dress was a present from Flynn, not my mom. And worse, from what my dad said, Mom was the one who abandoned me and him to follow her lover, not the other way around. I was shocked to learn my mom's true face. Suddenly, a hand grabbed my shoulder.
Who are you talking to?
Mom, stop acting innocent. I know you're using me. Her face immediately changed colors. She grabbed my phone and smashed it to the ground. I angrily pushed her away. What mother doesn't know that her child has a tomato allergy?
So what? I've never cooked for you. Only a good-for-nothing like Flynn would do something like that.
Even my lunch was prepared by Flynn, and yet I had always misunderstood him. Suddenly, my mom's lover grabbed me. Thankfully, at that moment, Dad and Flynn kicked the door open. Flynn rushed over to punch that guy, then quickly pulled me behind him.
Don't ever touch my baby again.
Soon after, my mom and her lover were arrested. I hugged Flynn tightly and apologized for everything I had done. At the end of the day, we all came home safe and sound. Surprisingly, Liam was waiting for me at the door.
I'm sorry for letting go of your hand at the birthday party.
He told me that he was really shocked at first when Flynn appeared as a drag queen. But after thinking about it, he had decided that he wanted to learn more about me and my family because he wanted to ask me out on a date. It was the best outcome ever. Ooh.